Assalamualaikum and hello. My name is Nur Kaisara Husna binti Muhammad Sharizat. My student ID is 2025889474.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Hazwani binti Azizan. My student ID is 2025890184.
Hi everyone, my name is Nura Safarina Aini. I'm from class AC 1101A and my student ID is 2025866908.
For the case study first, I'm going to explain for the first question. So the question is, you have won 100,000 from a lucky draw contest. So you plan to invest the money for 3 years at either of two different banks, Maju and Jaya Bank. Below are the details of the bank. Maju Bank has offered 4.55% compounded quarterly, and Jaya Bank has offered 4.05% compounded every 2 months. So here is the calculation for the total interest for each bank. We're using the formula S equal to P 1 plus K over M and multiply by T. So we just insert the amount of P, K, M, and T, which is K is stand for the interest rate, M is how many it has been compounded, and T stand for how long it happens. So the amount for the total amount for Maju Bank is 114,537.20 cents, and for the interest, how to get the total interest is we're using the formula I equal to S minus P, which is the principal. So we just minus from the total S that we get before, we minus by the principal, which is 100,000. So we get the total for the interest for Maju Bank. And it also applied to Jaya Bank. So we get the amount of each total interest for each. For B, the question is, which bank should you choose to invest in based on your answer in A and justify. So we should choose Jaya Bank based on the amount of the interest that we got, because the amount of interest is higher, which is like we can see clearly the amount of interest from Jaya Bank is higher than Maju Bank's. For question C, after 1 year and 7 months, the bank changed the rate to 5% compounded monthly. How much should you get at the end of those 3 years of investment, and calculate the total interest paid? So for this, we also use the same formula, which is S equal to P 1 plus K over M multiply T. But the difference is we use the S for Jaya Bank, we use it as a new P, so we insert it in the formula and use the new interest rate. And also for the time, we use for 17/12, which is, it means 1 year and 4 months. So we get the total as the new S for Jaya Bank, and we just use the formula I equal to S minus P to know the total interest paid, and the total is 8,441.46.
Case study 2. Susanna is offered to study at a university for 4 years. Luckily, her parents had taken an educational insurance for her when she was born. The major insurance value is now 26,442 ringgit. Therefore, she has two choices. The first choice is to use the 26,442 ringgit education insurance money and invest the whole amount in an account that pays 4.25% compounded monthly. This way, she will get a sum of money every month until she finishes her 4-year studies. Another option given by her parents is to let her parents keep the money and give her 560 ringgit every month during her studies. Question A. Which option should Susanna choose? Justify your answer with relevant calculation. So if the first choice is we use the insurance, so we use the formula for A equals R1 minus 1 plus K over M minus power of M times T, and divide by K per M. So 26,442 is the amount for A, which is 0.0425 is the K, and M is 12 as it compounded monthly, and it kept for 4 years. So T is 4. So the total R that we get is 599 ringgit and 99 cents, but we take it as 600. And the second choice that Susanna have is parents give monthly, which is 560 ringgit. Susanna should choose first choice because it will give Susanna 600 monthly, which is 42 ringgit more than the allowance offered by her parents, which is 560. At the end of her first semester, Susanna needs to buy a laptop. Her father bought for her a brand new laptop through an installment plan by making a down payment of 10%, followed by 36 equal monthly payments. The laptop cost 3,250 ringgit and the interest charge is 3.5% compounded monthly. Question B. Calculate the monthly payment and interest charge. So as we know, first, the laptop price is 3,250 ringgit. The down payment that Susanna's father pay is 10%, which is 325 ringgit. And if we minus laptop price with down payment, the total of installment that Susanna's father have to pay for 36 months is 2,925 ringgit. For calculate the monthly payment, we use formula A equal R, 1 minus 1 plus K over M, or with power minus M times T, and divide K per M. As we know, A is the installment, the total of installment is 2,925, and K is 0.035, M is 12 as it compounded monthly, and if for 36, T is 36 over 12 because the installment is for 36 months. And the R that we get, or monthly payment that we get, is 85 ringgit and 71 cents. For interest charge, we use formula I equal M times T, R minus A. M is 12 and T is 36 over 12. R that we got before is 85.71 and minus with A, which is 2,925. And the total interest that we get is 160 ringgit and 55
I'm going to
cents.
explain case study 2, question C and D. C. If her father wants to settle off the loan immediately after paying the 30th monthly payment, 1. How much additional payment does he have to make? To find additional payment needed, we have to calculate the outstanding principal of the remaining 6 payments. So, we use the formula A equals to R 1 minus 1 plus K over M, the power of minus M times T over K over M. So, using the information that we have, we substitute it in the formula. So, R equals to 85.71 ringgit. K equals to 0.035, M equals to 12, T equals to 6. And the remaining payment amount calculated is 509 ringgit 0.05 cent. For C2, how much interest that is actually paid in total, you use the formula I equals to M times T times R minus A, but instead of just using that one, we plus additional payment. And also this one, with the information that we had, we substituted into the formula R equals to 85.71, K equals to 0.035, M equals to 12, T equals to 5. So after the calculation, the total interest paid is 155 ringgit and 35 cents. For question C2, the reason why we include the additional payment in the interest formula, we include the additional payment because it is the final money paid to the bank to fully clear the debt. The total interest is simply the total money paid for the laptop minus the original price. So that's why we have to add it to the formula. For question D, if her father missed the first 4 monthly payment, how much should he pay on the 5th payment to settle all outstanding areas? So for this question, we need to find the future value of the 4 missed payment at the end of the 5th month. We use the formula S equal to R 1 plus K over M, the power of M times T minus 1 over K over M, where N is 5 to cover the 4 missed payment plus interest up to the 5th payment date. With the information that we had, we substitute it into the formula, which is M equals to 12, T equals to 30, R equals to 85.71, A equals to 2,925, and additional payment is RM 509.05. So, after all the calculation, the total amount that must be paid on the 5th payment to clear all areas is 431 ringgit and 06 cents.